Have you ever felt an inexplicable calm wash over you in the midst of chaos, or stumbled upon a white feather in the most unexpected place, leaving you to wonder how it got there? What about those moments when the air around you shifts, suddenly warmer or cooler, or when a sweet, untraceable scent lingers as if carried by an invisible hand? These aren't just random occurrences. They could be signs that angels are closer than you think. Imagine this. You're going about your day, and something extraordinary happens. A flash of light catches your eye, or a coincidence so perfect it leaves you questioning whether it was truly chance. Could these be messages from the divine? Throughout history, people have reported experiencing these mysterious phenomena, often dismissing them as mere imagination. But what if they're not? What if these moments are deliberate signals from angels sent to guide, protect, and reassure you? In this video, we'll uncover 7 profound signs that indicate angels may be present in your home or life. Each one carries a deeper meaning, offering comfort, clarity, and hope. By the end, you'll learn how to recognize these subtle yet powerful signs, and why paying attention to them can transform the way you see the world. Are you ready to discover the hidden language of angels? Let's dive in. Feeling an overwhelming sense of calm during stressful moments may be one of the most profound signs that angels are nearby. Imagine this. You're in the middle of chaos. Perhaps you're juggling deadlines at work, navigating a difficult conversation, or dealing with a personal crisis that feels like it's spiraling out of control. Your heart is racing, your mind is cluttered, and just when it seems like everything is about to collapse, something shifts. Suddenly, without warning, a wave of peace washes over you. It's as if an invisible hand has gently placed itself on your shoulder, whispering, "You've got this." This inexplicable calm isn't logical. It defies explanation. There's no external reason for it, no resolution to the problem, no comforting words from another person. And yet, you feel lighter, steadier, more grounded. This sensation is not just coincidence or wishful thinking. Throughout history, countless individuals have described similar experiences, often attributing them to divine intervention. In Psalm 91, verse 4, we read about being covered with feathers, sheltered under wings of protection, a poetic metaphor that speaks to the idea of finding refuge, even in the stormiest of times. Similarly, Philippians 4:7 talks about a peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. These ancient texts remind us that such moments of tranquility are not merely products of our imagination, but rather gifts from a higher power. Angels, acting as messengers of God, bring this peace to reassure us that we are never truly alone. But why does this calm feel so powerful? Why does it seem to come out of nowhere, especially when we need it most? The answer lies in its timing. Angels don't operate on human schedules. They appear precisely when their presence is needed. Think back to a moment in your own life when you felt this kind of serenity. Perhaps you were standing at a crossroads, unsure which path to take. Or maybe you were grieving a loss, feeling as though the weight of the world was pressing down on you. And then, suddenly, everything slowed down. You took a deep breath, and for the first time in what felt like forever, you felt okay. Not because anything had changed externally, but because internally, you were flooded with reassurance. That's the hallmark of angelic energy. It doesn't fix the situation directly. Instead, it empowers you to face it with courage and clarity. What makes this sign so remarkable is how personal it feels. Unlike other indicators of angelic presence, like feathers or lights, this inner calm is intangible, making it harder to dismiss as mere coincidence. It's a quiet, intimate reminder that someone or something greater than yourself is watching over you. This feeling transcends religion, culture, and belief systems. It's universal. Whether you call it divine intervention, spiritual guidance, or simply a stroke of luck, the impact is undeniable. It gives you the strength to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. So, the next time you find yourself engulfed in chaos, pause and pay attention. Is there a sudden stillness amidst the noise, a gentle hush that quiets your racing thoughts? If so, consider it a gift, a sign that angels are near, offering their protection and comfort. Let this calm guide you, reminding you that you are never truly alone. Open your heart to the possibility that these moments are not random, but intentional, sent to uplift and sustain you. By recognizing and embracing this sign, you'll begin to see the world through a new lens, one where peace is always within reach, even in the midst of life's greatest storms. Finding a white feather in an unexpected place is one of the most universally recognized signs that angels are nearby. Picture this. You're walking through your home, your garden, or even a bustling city street, and something catches your eye. A pristine white feather resting on a surface where no bird could have left it. At first glance, it might seem insignificant, a random object that doesn't warrant much thought. But then, you pause. You think about it. How did it get there? Why does it feel so out of place? And why does it evoke such a deep sense of wonder within you? This isn't just any ordinary feather. It's a message, a symbol of purity, protection, and divine presence. White feathers carry profound meaning across cultures and spiritual traditions. They are often associated with angels because they represent lightness, grace, and transcendence. In Hebrews 1, we read about angels being described as ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation. Similarly, Genesis 28 tells the story of Jacob's dream, where he sees a ladder reaching into heaven with angels ascending and descending, a powerful reminder of how close the divine realm can be. White feathers act as tangible reminders of these stories, bridging the gap between the earthly and the spiritual. When you find one, it's as though an angel has left behind a calling card saying, "I'm here. I'm watching over you." But what makes finding a white feather so special? For starters, it's deeply personal. Unlike other signs, such as flashes of light or changes in temperature, feathers are physical objects you can touch, hold, and keep. They become mementos, little treasures that ground you in the knowledge that angels are actively participating in your life. Many people choose to collect these feathers, placing them in jars, framing them, or tucking them into journals as symbols of hope and reassurance. Each time they see the feather, they're reminded of the moment they felt connected to something greater than themselves. The timing of discovering a white feather also adds to its significance. Have you ever found one during a particularly challenging time in your life? Maybe you were grappling with self-doubt, facing a difficult decision, or mourning a loss. And then, almost magically, a feather appears in your path. It's as if the universe, or perhaps your guardian angel, is whispering, "You're not alone. Keep going." These moments are never accidental. They're carefully orchestrated to provide comfort exactly when you need it most. Even more intriguing is how these feathers seem to show up in the most unlikely places. Perhaps you've opened a book only to find a feather tucked inside its pages. Or maybe you've woken up to discover one lying on your pillow, despite having no pets or windows left open. These occurrences defy logic. making them all the more meaningful. The impossibility of their presence invites you to suspend disbelief and embrace the idea that miracles exist, even in small, everyday forms. What's truly remarkable about white feathers is how they inspire curiosity and reflection. Finding one encourages you to slow down and pay attention to the world around you. Instead of dismissing it as coincidence, you begin to wonder, what am I meant to learn from this? Could it be a nudge to trust my intuition, to seek guidance, or to simply take a moment to breathe and appreciate the beauty of the present? Feathers remind us that the divine speaks in whispers, not shouts, and that sometimes the smallest signs carry the biggest messages. So, the next time you stumble upon a white feather, resist the urge to brush it off as ordinary. Pause and let yourself marvel at its simplicity and mystery. Consider it a gift, a signpost pointing toward the unseen forces working tirelessly to guide and protect you. Let it awaken your senses, encouraging you to look for other signs of angelic presence in your daily life. By doing so, you'll cultivate a deeper connection to the spiritual realm, one feather at a time. Unexplained flashes or glows of light are among the most mesmerizing and awe-inspiring signs that angels may be nearby. Imagine this. You're sitting quietly in prayer, meditating, or simply lost in thought, and suddenly, a soft glow catches your eye. It might appear as a fleeting sparkle in the corner of your vision, a shimmering orb floating through the air, or even a sudden burst of brightness without any identifiable source. These phenomena often leave us questioning what we've just witnessed. Was it real? Was it imagination? Or could it have been something far more profound? Light has always held symbolic significance across spiritual traditions. In Acts 12, we read about Peter being freed from prison by an angel whose presence was accompanied by divine light. Similarly, Luke 2 describes how a host of angels appeared to shepherds in the fields, their arrival marked by radiant brilliance. Light is universally seen as a representation of purity, truth, and divine intervention. When you encounter unexplained lights, consider them as beacons sent by angels to signal their presence, offering reassurance, guidance, or protection. What makes these flashes of light so captivating is their unpredictability. They rarely follow a pattern. They can happen anywhere, at any time, and under any circumstances. Perhaps you're walking through your home late at night when a brief flicker illuminates the hallway, despite no electrical device being responsible. Or maybe you're outside during twilight hours, and a glowing orb hovers momentarily before vanishing into thin air. These moments feel otherworldly because they defy explanation. There's no logical reason for their occurrence, yet they leave an indelible impression on those who witness them. The emotional context surrounding these lights adds another layer of meaning. Often, they appear during times of heightened emotion, moments of intense prayer, deep reflection, or overwhelming stress. Think about it. How many times have you cried out for help, felt utterly alone, or prayed fervently for answers only to see a sudden flash of light? It's as if the universe itself responds to your plea, sending a visible sign that you're not forgotten. This connection between light and vulnerability underscores the idea that angels step in precisely when we need them most. Their message is clear. We hear you. We see you. You are loved. Another fascinating aspect of these lights is their variety. Some people report seeing tiny sparkles resembling glitter suspended in the air, while others describe large pulsating orbs that seem almost sentient. Still, others recount witnessing beams of light streaming down from above, reminiscent of biblical accounts of heavenly visitations. The diversity in these experiences highlights the individualized nature of angelic communication. Just as every person is unique, so too are the ways angels choose to reveal themselves. What remains consistent, however, is the sense of wonder and comfort they bring. Encountering such lights invites us to adopt a mindset of curiosity and openness. Instead of dismissing these occurrences as optical illusions or tricks of the mind, pause and reflect on their timing and significance. Ask yourself, what was I thinking or feeling at that exact moment? Did the light coincide with a breakthrough, a decision, or a moment of clarity? By paying attention to these details, you'll begin to notice patterns and deepen your understanding of how angels communicate with you personally. Moreover, these lights serve as reminders that the spiritual realm is closer than we realize. While modern life often pulls our focus toward tangible, measurable realities, experiences like these challenge us to expand our perspective. They invite us to embrace mystery, to trust in forces beyond our comprehension, and to recognize that there's more to existence than meets the eye. Angels use light as a universal language, one that transcends words and speaks directly to the soul. So, the next time you catch a glimpse of unexplained light, take a moment to savor its beauty and significance. Let it fill you with awe and gratitude, knowing that you've been touched by something sacred. Allow it to inspire you to seek further signs, to cultivate a deeper awareness of the divine presence in your life. Because in those fleeting sparks of brilliance lies a powerful truth: you are never truly alone. Experiencing sudden temperature changes, whether a chilling cold or an unexpected warmth, is one of the most visceral and undeniable signs that angels may be near. Imagine this. You're sitting in your living room, perhaps reading a book or simply enjoying a quiet moment, when suddenly the air around you shifts. Without warning, a wave of icy cold washes over you, sending shivers down your spine. Or conversely, you might feel an inexplicable warmth enveloping you, as if wrapped in an invisible blanket. These sensations are not tied to external factors. There's no draft, no heater turning on, no logical explanation for why the temperature has changed so abruptly. And yet, the feeling is unmistakable. It's as though the atmosphere itself has responded to an unseen presence. Throughout history, sudden temperature changes have been associated with divine intervention and angelic activity. In the Bible, natural phenomena often serve as indicators of God's presence or messages from the spiritual realm. For instance, in Exodus 3, Moses encounters the burning bush, a fiery manifestation that radiates heat without consuming the plant. Similarly, in Daniel 10, the prophet experiences a vision accompanied by physical sensations, including trembling and awe-inspiring awe, which suggest a profound shift in his surroundings. These accounts remind us that angels interact with our world in ways that transcend ordinary understanding, using elements like temperature to signal their proximity. What makes these temperature shifts so compelling is how deeply they resonate with our senses. Unlike other signs, such as seeing lights or finding feathers, these sensations are immediate and impossible to ignore. When you feel a sudden chill, it's as if the air itself is alive with energy, vibrating with purpose. It can evoke feelings of reverence, alertness, or even curiosity, prompting you to wonder, what caused this? Why now? Is someone or something trying to communicate with me? On the other hand, an unexpected warmth can feel like a tender embrace, offering comfort and reassurance during moments of uncertainty. Both experiences carry profound meaning, depending on the context in which they occur The timing of these temperature changes often adds another layer of significance. Consider how frequently these sensations align with pivotal moments in your life. Perhaps you felt a cold chill while grappling with a difficult decision, urging you to pause and reflect before moving forward. Or maybe you've experienced a comforting warmth during times of grief or loneliness, reminding you that you're not alone. Angels use these shifts to guide, protect, and support you, ensuring that their presence is felt precisely when you need it most. It's almost as if they're saying, "Pay attention. This moment matters." Another intriguing aspect of these temperature fluctuations is their unpredictability. They can happen anywhere, at home, outdoors, in a crowded room, or even in complete solitude. There's no pattern, no rhyme or reason to when or where they'll occur. Some people report feeling a cold breeze brush past them while standing still indoors, leaving them bewildered but intrigued. Others describe waves of warmth washing over them during prayer or meditation, heightening their sense of connection to the divine. Regardless of the setting, these sensations leave a lasting impression, inviting you to explore their deeper meaning. Encountering sudden temperature changes also challenges us to become more attuned to the subtleties of our environment. Instead of dismissing these sensations as random or coincidental, take a moment to reflect on what was happening at the time. Were you thinking about a specific person, problem, or situation? Did the sensation coincide with a surge of emotion or clarity? By examining these details, you'll begin to recognize patterns and gain insight into how angels communicate with you personally. Over time, you'll learn to trust these signs as gentle nudges guiding you toward greater peace, wisdom, or action. Ultimately, these temperature shifts remind us that the spiritual realm is intertwined with our everyday lives. While modern society often prioritizes logic and reason, experiences like these invite us to embrace mystery and wonder. They encourage us to remain open to possibilities beyond the visible world, fostering a deeper relationship with the unseen forces that surround and support us. Angels work through these subtle, yet powerful signals, drawing our attention to moments of significance and urging us to listen closely to their guidance. So, the next time you feel a sudden chill or an inexplicable warmth, don't dismiss it as mere coincidence. Pause and let yourself marvel at its potential meaning. Allow it to spark curiosity and reflection, inspiring you to seek further signs of angelic presence in your life. By doing so, you'll cultivate a heightened awareness of the divine and deepen your connection to the loving beings who walk beside you, even when you can't see them. After all, sometimes the most extraordinary messages come in the simplest forms, and a shift in temperature might just be the whisper of an angel calling your name. Unexplained pleasant aromas, like the scent of fresh flowers, sweet incense, or even a fragrance reminiscent of baking bread, can be one of the most enchanting and comforting signs that angels are near. Imagine this. You're sitting alone in your home, perhaps reflecting on your day, or simply relaxing, when suddenly a delightful aroma fills the air. There's no source for it, no candles burning, no flowers in the room, no nearby bakery, and yet the fragrance is unmistakable. It wraps around you like an invisible embrace, evoking feelings of peace, nostalgia, or even joy. These scents are not random. They carry meaning, acting as gentle reminders that divine presence is closer than you think. Throughout history, sweet smells have been associated with holiness, purity, and divine intervention. In Exodus 30, we read about the sacred incense used in worship, a fragrant offering meant to honor God and symbolize prayer, rising to heaven. Similarly, Revelation 8:3 describes how prayers ascend to the throne of God, accompanied by the smoke of incense, creating a powerful link between pleasing aromas and spiritual communication. These biblical references highlight the idea that certain scents serve as bridges between the earthly and the divine, carrying messages of love, protection, and reassurance. When you encounter unexplained fragrances, consider them as angelic signatures left behind to remind you that your prayers are heard and answered. What makes these scents so captivating is their ability to evoke emotion and memory. Smell is one of the most potent senses when it comes to triggering deep personal associations. A whiff of roses might remind you of a loved one who has passed, while the aroma of vanilla could transport you back to cherished moments spent baking with family. When an unexplained scent appears out of nowhere, it often feels like a direct connection to something or someone beyond the physical realm. It's as if angels are using familiar fragrances to speak directly to your heart, tapping into memories and emotions to deliver their message. The timing and context of these scents also add layers of significance. Have you ever smelled something sweet during a moment of doubt or despair? Perhaps you were wrestling with a difficult decision, feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges, or grieving a loss. And then, without warning, a comforting aroma filled the air. It's as though the universe itself responds to your pain, sending a tangible sign that you're not alone. These moments are never accidental. They're carefully orchestrated to provide solace exactly when you need it most. The appearance of these scents serves as a reminder that angels are always present, ready to offer guidance, encouragement, and unconditional support. Another fascinating aspect of these fragrances is their diversity. Some people report smelling blooming flowers, even in the dead of winter, when nothing could possibly be in bloom. Others describe the scent of freshly baked goods, despite having no ovens or ingredients nearby. Still, others recount encountering fragrances reminiscent of religious ceremonies, such as frankincense or myrrh, which feel profoundly sacred and grounding. Each experience is unique, tailored to the individual receiving the message. Yet, regardless of the specific scent, the underlying intention remains the same: to uplift, comfort, and connect you to the divine. Encountering these sweet aromas invites us to slow down and pay attention. Instead of brushing them off as coincidence or imagination, take a moment to reflect on what was happening at the time. Were you praying, meditating, or thinking deeply about a particular issue? Did the scent coincide with a moment of clarity, gratitude, or emotional release? By tuning into these details, you'll begin to notice patterns and deepen your understanding of how angels communicate with you personally. Over time, these experiences will become anchors of faith, reminding you that the spiritual realm is actively engaged in your life. Moreover, these scents challenge us to remain open to mystery and wonder. In a world that often prioritizes logic and reason, encounters like these remind us that there's more to existence than what can be measured or explained. They invite us to trust in forces beyond our comprehension and to recognize the beauty of the unseen. Angels use these fragrances as a universal language, one that transcends words and speaks directly to the soul. So, the next time you catch an unexplained whiff of something sweet, pause and let yourself savor its significance. Allow it to fill you with awe and gratitude, knowing that you've been touched by something sacred. Let it inspire you to seek further signs, cultivate a deeper awareness of the divine, and embrace the loving presence of angels in your life. Because in those fleeting moments of fragrance lies a powerful truth. You are seen, heard, and deeply loved. Feeling a comforting presence, or knowing you're not alone, especially in times of need, is one of the most profound and deeply personal signs that angels are near. Imagine this. You're sitting in silence, perhaps late at night, when the world feels quiet and still, and suddenly, an overwhelming sensation washes over you. It's as if someone has entered the room, even though no one is there. You feel their presence so strongly, gentle, warm, and unwavering, that it becomes impossible to ignore. This isn't just your imagination running wild. It's something far more significant. It's a sign that angels are standing beside you, offering their companionship, guidance, and protection. Throughout history, countless individuals have described similar experiences of feeling a comforting presence during moments of distress or uncertainty. In Psalm 91, we read about God commanding angels to guard and protect His people, shielding them from harm and providing refuge under His wings. Similarly, Daniel 10 recounts how an angel appeared to Daniel during a time of deep prayer, bringing strength and encouragement after weeks of fasting and seeking divine intervention. These biblical accounts remind us that angels are not distant beings, but active participants in our lives, sent to walk alongside us through every challenge and triumph. Their presence is often felt most acutely when we need it most, serving as a reminder that we are never truly alone. What makes this sense of companionship so powerful is its intimacy. Unlike other signs, such as flashes of light, temperature changes, or sweet scents, this feeling is internal, resonating within your very being. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to your soul, creating an unshakable certainty that someone unseen is watching over you. Perhaps you've experienced this sensation during a particularly difficult moment in your life, a time when fear, grief, or doubt threatened to overwhelm you. And then, out of nowhere, you felt a hand on your shoulder, a soft whisper in your ear, or simply a profound sense of peace that defied explanation. These moments aren't random. They're deliberate acts of love and care, orchestrated by angels who refuse to let you face life's challenges alone. The timing of these sensations adds another layer of significance. Angels don't arrive arbitrarily. They come precisely when their presence is needed most. Think back to a moment in your own life when you felt utterly isolated, convinced that no one understood what you were going through. Maybe you were lying awake at night, consumed by worry, or sitting in silence after receiving devastating news. And then, without warning, you felt a shift. The heaviness lifted slightly, replaced by a gentle reassurance that everything would eventually be okay. That was no accident. It was an angel stepping into your space, wrapping you in their protective embrace, and reminding you that you're loved beyond measure. Another remarkable aspect of this sign is its universality. People from all walks of life, regardless of religious beliefs or cultural backgrounds, report experiencing this comforting presence. Some describe it as a tangible sensation, like a warm hand resting on their back or arms encircling them in a hug. Others perceive it as an intuitive knowing, a deep, unexplainable certainty that they're being supported and guided. Regardless of how it manifests, the message remains consistent. You are never abandoned. Angels work tirelessly behind the scenes, ensuring that their presence is felt whenever you need encouragement, hope, or simply a reminder that you matter. Encountering this sensation invites us to cultivate a deeper awareness of the spiritual realm. Instead of dismissing it as mere coincidence or wishful thinking, pause and reflect on its meaning. Ask yourself, what was I feeling or thinking at the time? Did this presence coincide with a breakthrough, a decision, or a moment of clarity? By paying attention to these details, you'll begin to recognize patterns and strengthen your connection to the divine forces working in your life. Over time, these experiences will become anchors of faith, grounding you in the knowledge that angels are always nearby, ready to offer their support. Ultimately, this sense of companionship challenges us to remain open to mystery and wonder. In a world that often prioritizes independence and self-reliance, encounters like these remind us that it's okay to lean on others, even those we cannot see. They teach us to trust in forces beyond our understanding and to embrace the beauty of unconditional love. Angels use this profound sense of presence to communicate their devotion, urging us to surrender our fears and doubts, and instead rest in the assurance that we are cherished and protected. So, the next time you feel that comforting presence, resist the urge to rationalize it away. Let it fill you with awe and gratitude, knowing that you've been touched by something sacred. Allow it to inspire you to seek further signs, deepen your relationship with the divine, and embrace the loving companionship of angels in your life. Because in those fleeting moments of connection lies a powerful truth. You are seen, valued, and eternally loved. Meaningful coincidences, or synchronicities, are among the most fascinating and thought-provoking signs that angels may be orchestrating events in your life. Imagine this. You're going about your day, perhaps facing a dilemma, or simply navigating the routine challenges of everyday existence, when something extraordinary happens. You receive a call from an old friend, just as you were thinking about them. A stranger says something that perfectly aligns with the question weighing on your mind. Or maybe you stumble upon a book, song, or quote that seems tailor-made for the exact situation you're dealing with. These moments feel too aligned to be mere chance, as if the universe itself has conspired to guide you toward clarity, comfort, or resolution. This is no accident. It's divine intervention, carefully orchestrated by angels who are working tirelessly behind the scenes to protect and lead you. Throughout history, synchronicities have been recognized as powerful indicators of divine presence and purpose. In the Book of Esther, we see how seemingly random events unfold in perfect harmony to save an entire nation from destruction. Similarly, Acts 8:26 recounts how an angel directs Philip to travel south, where he encounters an Ethiopian eunuch, a meeting that leads to one of the earliest conversions to Christianity. These biblical accounts highlight the idea that nothing in life is truly random. Everything happens for a reason, often guided by forces beyond our understanding. When you experience synchronicity, consider it a nudge from angels, reminding you that they are actively shaping your journey to ensure you stay on the right path. What makes synchronicities so captivating is their precision and timing. They rarely occur without significance. Instead, they appear exactly when you need them most. Perhaps you've been wrestling with a difficult decision, unsure which direction to take, and suddenly, a series of events unfolds that points you toward the answer. Maybe you're feeling lost or disconnected, questioning whether you're moving in the right direction. And then, a string of meaningful coincidences reaffirms your purpose. Angels use these moments to communicate with you in ways that feel personal and profound. It's as if they're saying, "Pay attention. This is important." The beauty of synchronicity lies in its subtlety. Unlike other signs, such as flashes of light or temperature changes, synchronicities require us to tune into the details of our lives. They challenge us to notice patterns, connections, and alignments that might otherwise go overlooked. For example, You might repeatedly encounter the same number sequence, like 111 or 444, or hear the same phrase multiple times in different contexts. At first glance, these occurrences might seem insignificant, but upon closer inspection, they reveal a deeper message. Each coincidence carries meaning, tailored specifically to you and your circumstances. By paying attention to these signs, you'll begin to uncover the intricate web of guidance woven into your daily experiences. Another remarkable aspect of synchronicities is their ability to foster trust and faith. Life can often feel chaotic and unpredictable, leaving us uncertain about the future. But when synchronicities occur, they remind us that there's a greater plan at work, a plan designed with love and intention. These moments encourage us to surrender control, trusting that angels are guiding us toward outcomes that serve our highest good. Whether it's meeting someone at the perfect time, finding unexpected solutions to problems, or experiencing serendipitous events that defy logic, each instance reinforces the belief that we are divinely supported. Encountering synchronicities also invites us to adopt a mindset of curiosity and openness. Instead of dismissing these moments as luck or coincidence, pause and reflect on their significance. Ask yourself, what was I thinking or feeling at the time? Did this event coincide with a breakthrough, realization, or shift in perspective? By examining these details, you'll deepen your understanding of how angels communicate with you personally. Over time, you'll learn to recognize their subtle nudges and trust in their unwavering presence. Ultimately, synchronicities remind us that life is far more interconnected than we realize. While modern society often emphasizes independence and self-reliance, these moments highlight the importance of leaning into the unseen forces that shape our paths. They teach us to embrace mystery, cultivate gratitude, and remain open to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond what we can see. Angels use synchronicities as a universal language, one that transcends words and speaks directly to the soul. So the next time you encounter a meaningful coincidence, take a moment to marvel at its significance. Let it fill you with awe and wonder, knowing that you've been touched by divine orchestration. Allow it to inspire you to seek further signs, deepen your connection to the spiritual realm, and trust in the loving guidance of angels. Because in those fleeting moments of alignment lies a powerful truth. Your life is part of a grand design, crafted with care and purpose by beings who cherish you more than you can imagine. As we come to the end of this journey together, I can't help but reflect on how these signs have shown up in my own life. There have been moments when I've felt an overwhelming sense of peace during times of stress, only to later realize it was as if something or someone was guiding me through. I've found white feathers in places where no bird could possibly leave them, and experienced those unexplained shifts in temperature that sent shivers down my spine. At first, I questioned whether I was reading too much into things, but over time, I began to see a pattern. These weren't random coincidences. They were gentle reminders that I am never truly alone. The key lesson here is simple, yet profound. Angels communicate in ways that are subtle, personal, and deeply meaningful. Whether it's through flashes of light, sweet scents, or synchronicities that seem too perfect to ignore, their presence is woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. They're not here to demand attention, but to offer comfort, guidance, and protection when we need it most. By tuning into these signs, we open ourselves up to a richer, more connected experience of life, one where the spiritual and physical worlds intertwine. So, what's your next step? I invite you to start paying closer attention to the small, seemingly insignificant moments in your day. Keep a journal of any unusual occurrences or feelings that stand out to you. Share your experiences with others. Start conversations about how the divine might be showing up in your life. And don't be afraid to question long-held beliefs. What if there's more to this world than meets the eye? Let this be the beginning of a deeper exploration for you. Angels aren't just part of ancient stories. They're part of our present, waiting to guide us if we're willing to listen. Will you take the first step today?